It's big. It's bad. It is bad fast. It is Talladega. Hello, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Welcome to the live coverage of the Outlaw Sim Series race number 3 of 36 here at the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. I'm Emerson Arden. We have Devin Zimmerman along with me in the booth, and we join you tonight from the virtual Lincoln, Alabama. On what used to be the Anniston Air Force Base, the Talladega Superspeedway was built in 1969 on the preface that it would be a speedway bigger and faster than Daytona, and that it is. High speeds, high banks, high intensity brings the fret of the big one. These drivers are equipped with one faster pair, so one crash doesn't take them out of it. However, this is 100 high-octane laps at the biggest and baddest speedway of them all. There's going to be more than one. And that being said, Devin, what are the different agendas we can see at a plate track this early in the season?
Well, Emerson, we're going to see some of the guys who haven't got off to a great start this season. Looking at Joseph Cossey, was it the 95 of Smith? We could just see them maybe try and steal a win here, get their seasons back on track, get some points, some well-needed points to get back into the leaders of this thing. And they could do that in a couple of different ways with plate tracks. You have, if you want to stay up the lead pack, try to lead the race and stay out of trouble that way. Or we could see some guys maybe drop to the back and just kind of form their own smaller pack and just kind of stay out of trouble that way. So a couple different strategies we could see here, all shooting for being around at the end, not getting caught up in the wreck, and surviving this racetrack. You got to be very patient here.
And that, I think, is the most important thing. Survival is the name of the game, and it's probably what we're going to be talking about the entire time. You want to be there at the end. That is what you're really here to do, is to finish this race, because if you're not here at the end of the race, you don't get any points.
Yeah, that's right. You just got to, like we said, you got to survive. You got to be patient with your moves. You can't force the issue too early in the race. That could just only cause trouble for you and your competitors, and pretty much just take you out of contention before this thing's even needs to be decided. So you need to stay around for the end. We could see these guys, like I said, kind of be calm towards the beginning of the race, we hope, and then when it's about 20-30 laps to go, we'll see the intensity pick up probably about 100%.
Right on. Well, we have action on the track. Tyler Markle, John Mickey, Jeremiah Stutzman on track, Jason Miz, Devin Smith. John Mickey goes third on the board. We'll catch up with Tyler Markle here. Coming through the trial, well, halfway through the qualifying session thus far. Adam Gardner on provisional pole. Tyler Markle will go 15th, but that's his first lap. He usually saves it all for his second lap. I know him personally. I know that's exactly what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, it's interesting with the first lap of qualifying at a big super speedway like this. You want to keep your car on the highest possible line that you can for your first lap, and that just allows you to build up the speed and momentum needed to really get your speed where it needs to be to put in a really good fast lap time. Then the second lap, you want to run right up against that yellow line in the turns. Let it kind of slide up to maybe the middle lane coming off the turn, so you don't pinch the car and kill momentum off the turns, and that gives you pretty much the best lap that you can hope for without running in a pack here at the super speedways like Talladega and Daytona.
Right on. 1 second here. But Tyler Markle goes second fastest. Jeremiah Stutzman takes provisional pole. Jason Miz is coming to a halt. We have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, so it's not over. Drivers can still go out there, and if they want to run a lap, they definitely can. We'll see if that happens. I'm sure they're going to be asking right now, and we're going to be getting in advance to the next session. We will see.
Yeah, some guys, as you see there on your screen, they haven't qualified. These might be some guys who are kind of hanging out. Don't really want to start up in the front. Maybe their agenda is going to be, I'll sit in the back, maybe form a second pack, just run nose to tail, stay out of trouble for most of the race and try and get there at the end.
All right, so you look at the board on the left-hand side of your screen. Devin, any names you're surprised that didn't take times here?
I'm surprised that Malenko didn't take time. If for those who watched our exhibition race at Daytona, the Clash right before we went to Auto Club and that road course to start the season, Malenko was up front for most of the race. He had a great qualifying run, stayed up front for most of that race, and led. I think over half the race he led. Also, kind of surprised for Lingerfelt and Pratt. Both of them are very fast on the super speedways. Like I said, it could just be because they want to do different strategies and stay in the back, maybe keep their car as safe as possible. They do have one fast repair, but I mean that's it. And with the amount of cautions that can happen at a super speedway, there's no telling how many wrecked cars we could have here at the end.
Right on. Well, we have about 2 minutes of time to fill here as we wait for any drivers to take to the track. Until then, we will be right back to the action. Right, don't go away. All right, race fans, welcome back to the Talladega Superspeedway, and it's time to get to racing here. Before we do that, Devin, what did Jeremiah Stutzman do in that 10-minute session we just had prior?
So Jeremiah Stutzman is the winner of our Pratt, Tile and Stone Pole Award. Pratt, Tile and Stone, serving all your tiling needs since 2003. He is going to take them to the green after one lap of pacing here at Talladega. Tyler Markle is going to line up beside him on the front row, and Jason Miz will be behind him with Adam Gardner behind him in fourth. Then we have Seth Berger in fifth, John Mickey sixth, the 95 of Devin Smith in seventh, Eric Peck in the 37 eighth, Andrew St. Coeur in ninth, and Max Service in 10th.
How about row number 6 here? We're going to have the 33 of Eddie Gilliard and the 11 of James Filippi. Row number 7 here, we're going to have the 4 of Jacob Zala and the 88 of Joseph Cossey. Row number 7, we'll have the 48 of Garrett Velzy and the 29 of Brandon Richardson, which is misspelt. Let me get the correct spelling here.
It's also misspelled on the iRacing, so just like the iRacing typo.
Right, that's what I meant. Yeah, it's misspelled on the iRacing. It's okay. Row. What row is this? Anyway, back here we have Matthew Setzer and Malenko. Behind them we'll have Josh McClune, Kyle Lingerfelt. Behind them we have Sheldon Swindell and Andrew Pratt. And in the final row we'll have Kevin Thompson and Doug Solms, who decide to take a little, precautionary route to this race. As you said, different agendas, but you cannot win this race unless you are there at the end. And I just want to address the chat real quick. We have a couple people rooting for V77 of Seth Berger to do well. We have Janet Young and Lopez saying, kill it, Seth, and good luck, number 77. So, bunch of fans there for Seth. You love to hear it. Also, Sean Thompson shouting out Kevin Thompson tonight, wishing him good luck. So, a lot of family and friends watching tonight, hoping your drivers all do well tonight. But, of course, 100 laps of action tonight here from the biggest and baddest speedway of them all here at the Talladega Superspeedway. We're going down the super stretch right now. And, 24 cars are about to be hitting speeds upwards of 190 miles per hour for, I'd say about the next hour and a half.
Yeah, it's going to be white knuckle racing for that hour and a half, too. I mean, Talladega, Daytona, you always have to be alert. It's a mental toughness race as well as a physical toughness race. Your hands, your wrists, everything. We're not in the car, but it's definitely going to wear on the nerves and the grips of these iRacers here tonight.
Yes, it is. I mean, this week the official series have all been at Daytona. Plate racing has been the forte this week for iRacers. Right now, 24 iRacers about to take to the track here for another plate race. But this, Talladega, 4 lanes wide here on this front straightaway. Let's get to racing. Jeremiah Stutzman, Tyler Markle, front row. They approach the restart zone. And we are green from Talladega.
It looks like a great start for Tyler Markle on the outside there. Stutzman not able to clear him right away, but he does clear him with a good push from, I believe that's the 77 of Berger there on the inside, giving him a great push.
Look at the 95 of Devin Smith pulling out, and already a huge run. Can he hold it, though? No help on that outside.
Yeah, the outside lane takes a little bit to get lined up. It looks like Markle's there now. He should be able to give him a good push, maybe on the front stretch around this turn, but the inside lane just has the advantage for like the first couple of laps.
Yeah, these drivers, of course, trying to get up to speed, and it takes about a lap and a half to get up to speed, maybe only a lap if you're in the draft. That's why you see these drivers ride the high lane on their first time laps in qualifying. But here we go, Tyler Markle, Devin Smith up front, and it's going to be Devin Smith leading lap number 1.
Yeah, got the great push down the tri-oval area there of Talladega from Tyler Markle. It gives him a great push into the turn. You see the gap that's formed there between him and Tyler Markle. That just shows how fast Devin Smith was being pushed by Tyler Markle. They should get another run down the backstretch here too as well.
3 wide, Adam Gardner's got a run. Pushing from the 29 of Brendan Richardson. Here comes Devin Smith. They fall back in line, Gardner and Richardson. And how about, who is that in the middle? Is that John Mickey making it 3 wide back there, a couple rows back? James Filippi on the inside working to make a run going. Right now, the top 3, or the outside lane has 3 cars lined up. The bottom line has 2 cars, but another 4 softly lined up behind them. You look on the left side of your screen. Look at that first column. I'll symbolize it there as Jeremiah Stutzman will lead lap 2. That is the interval between each car ahead. Look at that. Nobody greater than 4/10 of a second. Everybody, or 4/100ths of a second. No, that's 4/10, my bad. Everybody riding with very, very close proximity of other race cars. That's just go for it.
That's just the nature of I think I stole what you were going to say, the nature of the super speedways here. You can see them, they're hooked up nose to tail, giving a little bump draft down the back straightaway there. These cars are able to do that without turning them, but it has to be precise, because if you hit them at just the wrong angle, especially with the Chevrolets, because they seem to have a little bit of a pointed nose, it is very easy to turn the guy that you're trying to push and help get up to the front.
So looking at this now, we have about two packs forming up, I believe. What we have two, Jacob Zala in P12. I would say the tail end of this first pack. We look at Andrew Pratt and Joseph Cossie, P13 and 14, kind of leading the second pack. They're still obviously in that lead draft, but they're not tucked up with that 4 car, and Doug Sums there in 15th as well. Everybody just kind of riding it back here. And what are these guys back here doing?
Yeah, so these guys, you know, they're just trying to maybe not really lose that front pack per se, but just stay far enough back that if anything does happen in that front pack, as they are getting a little racy up there, they're able to possibly get slowed down and not be involved in the wreck, save their car for the end. We can see that, you know, there's a good line of cars forming back there. I'm not able to see who that is, the blue and white or blue and red car, but a little bit back there we can see that they're trying to form up that inside lane just to kind of stay together, stay out of trouble, and tick down the laps here at Talladega.
Are you talking about that blue and red car? Or?
Yes, sir.
That is Matthew Setzer up on that inside lane, kind of with Joseph Cossie. Kind of see here unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, you have all the Hendrick card numbers back here. You know, the 48, 5, 88, 24. No, the 5 is no longer a Hendrick card number, but you know, it is. You know, I don't know. It's just I find that ironic, kind of like they're all kind of back here together. You know, we have Pratt and Peck. I mean, there's not really teams in this series, but you know, drivers definitely can make alliances. Of course, whatever track to make alliances than at a plate track where you have to be, you know, nose to tail most of the day. Tandems like right here of Jeremiah Stutzman and Seth Berger. It's that too, just kind of strolling away. They're not like breaking away from the pack, of course, because draft is going to keep these cars really lined up. But if they stick together, the front, most drivers claim the front to be the safest point of the track, and as long as Jeremiah Stutzman trusts Seth Berger, again, those two drivers in your frame right there, those are our last two Outlaw Cup Series champions right there. Of course, Jeremiah Stutzman, the most recent one, and Seth Berger, the one prior.
Yeah, neither of them have had the start to the season that they really wanted. It is a big transition from NASCAR Heat to iRacing, and they've had to make that transition. But super speedways are kind of the, you know, where you can get your feet wet, get that win, get your track or get your season back on track, and start to compete for, you know, more wins at the 1.5 miles or short tracks that they'll be running here later in the season. But it looks like that inside lane is lining up. The outside lane is really stalled out. In fact, it does look like Devin Smith and Tyler Markle have joined in on that inside lane just to kind of tick the laps down.
And you'll kind of notice if you've done NASCAR Heat 4 league races or NASCAR Heat league races in general, you'll notice that a lot of plate track races, it'll be hectic the first couple laps, and they'll end up doing this, nose to tail. And guess what? A lot of these drivers have just come off a console racing. This is, again, the first points-paying plate race of the Outlaw Sim Series season. Last season, we were running on consoles. So this easily could just be drivers not wanting to break out of those old habits of just getting in the line, right around, and make it to the end.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a bad strategy at all, to be honest. I mean, you can run on iRacing, you can run 2x2x2x2 the whole race, but it's just not, I mean, it's not the safest way to get around the super speedways. We do see Max Service jump out there and see what he can do on the outside, but it doesn't look like anybody's really going to go with him. But yeah, these guys, you know, staying in that line, it seems to be the safest way just to tick laps off the track. And Max Service now getting hung out to dry up on that outside lane, everybody going underneath him. I'm not sure if that was a strategy call or if he just got hung out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't, but now that this happened, it'll make it look like a strategy call. Maybe work his way further back or into the heart of the second. Oh, he'll pop in line right there. So not a strategy call, because I don't see the point of leaving St. Croix, which I know Max Service and St. Croix are going to be, you know, wanting to stick to each other all race. The Canadians kind of coming into the league together. They didn't race with us on console as far as I know. I don't know if they have a console racing background or anything like that, but they were 3rd and 4th, now only St. Croix up there. Up there we have, of course, our two champions, most recent champions in the Outlaw Cup Series, Devin Smith, right behind Andrew St. Croix. Brandon Richardson, I need to confirm how if he's ran with us before, but Brandon Richardson gained a huge run, huge push from the 56 of Adam Gardner to 51 of John Mickey. Those 3 cars are lined up and they're hooking.
Yeah, you get those 3 cars lined up and you can go places on the outside, even though it's the longest way around. You kind of see that inside lane is broken up just a little bit, and that has allowed that outside lane to get formed up with those 3 cars.
Look
and
at
they are
Seth
pushing to
Berger.
the front.
Comes out from behind a 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman, and Seth Berger to the point at that last scoring loop. Can he clear the 71 into turn 3? Jeremiah Stutzman, of course, has the preferred line, the inside lane. The innermost lane, you can, run the shortest way around, but Seth Berger, he's got the momentum. They're going to be maybe side drafting here on the way to the tri-oval. He's going to have Brandon Richardson right behind him, and it is double wide. This is the type of iRacing. 3 wide for the race lead. St. Clair maybe looking to want to make it 4 wide. 3 wide, and Stutzman that lap. Richardson to the outside, and Seth Berger, unfortunately, I believe he's in what we call the sucker hole.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's going to go with him. I think Richardson was the one who really wanted the lead there. Unfortunately, it looks like they got stalled out a little bit. They got broken up on that outside because of Seth Berger's jumping up. And now you see Adam Gardner. He's going up to the outside of Richardson there. Still 3 wide as they go into turn 3.
Yeah, it's not over yet, and especially, this kind of racing, as long as you can keep these cars straight, you have a lot of laps to go. Even if it's a bad move, you just fall back, get in line, work your way back up to the front. As long as you don't wreck anybody, you're all good.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're only at we're about to complete lap 11, and we still have over 90 laps, or over 80 laps to go. And these guys are racing like we have maybe 10 to 20 to go. So I don't know how long they can keep this up without, someone being the recipient of a nice little love tap to another car. But
Jeremiah Stutzman from the lead. Seth Berger back to the sucker hole. Here comes Brandon Richardson to the race lead. Seth Berger's going to try to get down to the inside. He's trying to get St. Clair to hook up with him, but Adam Gardner, John Mickey, they're going to push the 29 to the race lead, and clears Richardson, almost clipping the apron there. I was about to say, look at the whole field. They're within 3 seconds of one another, but now all the gaps are kind of thrown off right now because Stutzman was the leader last time by the start-finish line, and iRacing has to update the gap, so I'll kind of take those off your screen for now. But 3 wide to the start-finish line is going to be Adam Gardner with the race lead.
Yeah, I think that Stutzman noticed, all the dicey racing that was going on up front. He's like, I want none of this. I'm going to drop back. I'm going to protect my car and save it, since we still have 87 laps to go. So, these guys can race as hard as they want, but we see some other guys dropping back now too, trying just to get out of the mayhem that may incur.
St. Clair and Filippi, they're out of here. Look at what position Stutzman is in. Dead last. He wanted out of it, and he got out of it.
Yeah, they're just trying to get back to the back, just ride around, tick down laps, let these guys who want to be up front and race dicey, let them do it. They want to protect their machines, be there for the end. We've said that pretty much since we came on air, but that's the name of the game here. You got to be patient. You can't be too aggressive too early, otherwise you just use up your car and possibly get involved in a wreck that you might not have had any fault of.
All right, well, now it is Seth Berger, Adam Gardner going toe-to-toe up front with their respective lines. 4 cars on the outside lane, consisting of Gardner, Mickey, Setzer, and Smith. Bunch of people who've been around a bit. Devin Smith's not been around as long, but he's been around. Seth Berger again on the inside. He's got Brandon Richardson, and how about the 33 of James Gilliard? That is, that's the driver we expect to run well up here. He's aggressive, but he's fast.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that there's 2 defined packs now. It looks like Tyler Markle and Devin Smith are kind of in between those 2 packs. Tyler Markle, again, was our second place car coming to the green, but he dropped back a little bit just to get out of the mayhem and just riding along right now, right behind Devin Smith. It does look like that second pack is gaining on him a little bit.
Well, in my experience with my racing, all you need to do is stay within a second, like 1.2 seconds of the car in front of you. If they're connected to the lead draft by about the same margin, you two are still good to stick with that lead pack. If anything greater than 1.2 seconds, you're in trouble. Sound the alarm.
Yeah, and unfortunately that has happened to Andrew St. Cour. When he dropped back to the back, he is now well behind both packs of cars. I think he's 10 seconds behind the leader.
Yeah, I don't think this was part of the plan. Unless he was expecting a big wreck to collect everybody, but I think he was trying to get back into line, but he did it at a bad time. He kind of got down to the bottom a little later on this super stretch. It's pretty long, but it was not long enough because he was getting to turn 3 and he saw a pack of cars to his outside, so he probably had to slow down to stay on the apron and merge up, and you know, you have to slow down to about 140 miles per hour while everybody else is going about 190, so you're going 50 miles per hour slower. You're going to lose a lot of time fast, as Adam Gardner now has a pronounced race lead entering turn 3, and Seth Berger ate that all up in the center of the corner.
Yeah, but then that outside line is going to get the push off the turn, and it should be Adam Gardner leading us here on lap number 16 of 100.
16 complete here at the 2.66 mile trial of Lincoln, Alabama. John Mickey staying very loyal to that 56. Meanwhile, Seth Berger's been dancing with anybody he can find.
Yeah, that just shows, you know, some cars may have a loyalty to others right now, but I guarantee you, with about 20 to go, those loyalties are off. It's going to be get me to the front as fast as you can, and then I'm going to probably try and win the race, whether or not you're in front of me or not. So right now, again, these guys are playing very nice, even though we are 2x2x2. Some guys, you know, didn't want to be like that, so they dropped back. But these guys up front are playing very nice and racing very aggressively.
Right on. Looking like the drag racing line here. That time it'll be Seth Berger leading. We're going to go ahead and, you know, before we get too long here, let's get a little crank it up action into the mix, and I'll let you enjoy the sights and sounds that iRacing has to provide. welcome back, race fans, to Talladega Superspeedway. Well, you didn't actually miss anything. You came back. Or you've been here the whole time, but hope you enjoyed the sights and sounds here at Talladega. Man, I love that. Devin was also talking about how much he loved these cameras while we were off the mic for a second, and yeah, I hope you all enjoyed as much as we did.
There's some great views that we have there. It just gives you, kind of a TV feel of the you crank it up segments that they do for real NASCAR racing. We are able to somewhat replicate that here in iRacing, and it just shows you all the customization options that we have with iRacing, that opposed to like a console gaming system that just makes iRacing so fun and unique and just I think better.
I cannot disagree one bit. As somebody we both come from console to iRacing, and it has been a beautiful shift. Yeah, I mean, the customization of cameras, I mean, I've been able to learn quite a lot from my peers and working with pits on and all. That alone has helped me so much, but just getting on and into a test session, run a lap, and play around with cameras, that is honestly so rewarding. You can see how things work, see how these TV cams are built to work and move and capture the group as they are. The aim types and the different types of cameras there are, the onboards. You can do in-cars, and you can look at kind of whatever you want in an in-car. I'll kind of throw up this I'll throw up this camera I have for the I have a kind of a rotating onboard here. This has been a blast to figure out how to do. Whereas we are on board the 5 of Matthew Setzer. Oh, hello, Jason Miz. Making it 3 wide and trying to clear Setzer. He clears him.
Oh, Setzer had to get up. Ooh. Yeah, the Setzer had to really check up there. I don't think the 24 was as clear as he thought he was.
Wow. Yeah. But Jason Miz aggression takes him to the race lead.
Yeah, you can see there that Setzer gives Miz a big old bump. Probably not too happy with that move that he just put on him there.
Yeah, he'd like to take what's on his back bumper and put it in Jason's mirror.
I believe you are correct with that one. And you can see here he pulls out a line. He's going to try and take him on the outside. Does have a big run down the back stretch here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to clear him, though.
Yeah, that looks scary. Whoa, he's wiggling big time. I don't know if he's side drafting or these cars are just that hard to control.
Well, we are getting, kind of, the tires don't wear as much here as they do at a different track, but the tires do wear. And we could be getting to where they're just picking up a little bit loose than they were to start the race. Might just be a little bit more difficult to control. Got to put a little bit more will into it to do with the car what you want to do with it. And that might just have a little something to do with it, but I'm not sure it's going to be too big of a problem, considering that these are some really talented drivers that we have in this field.
Oh yeah, if you want an idea just how tire wear is, let me just say, I just came out of the NIS race today. That's 80 laps. I only pitted twice. And around goes Jacob Zala. They're going to collect Matthew Setzer, John Mickey, Bailey Bizarre, Adam Gardner. There they go. That's going to be a yellow.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate there, and I think that's what Andrew St. Cour is going to be probably the most happiest guy in the world right now. He was about 3/4 of a lap down.
Yeah, he's just coming off of turn 2 now.
Yeah,
wow.
And these guys are just crossing the start-finish line, which is right before turn 1. So he's probably the happiest guy in the world. I know some of the other guys who dropped back to the back and were just running in that single line there are really happy, but
oh, man. Setzer was just trying to push Zala. And I was just about to say, this is Jacob Zala's first start. He was gutting up there, running in the top 3. And whammo. I mean, these guys do have a faster pair, so they're not out of it, but you don't want to use it 1/4 of the way into the race.
No, especially with what's about to come later in the race. Oh, that's a hard hit there by the Ford car. It gets another hit, another hard hit by the 56. When he slid back down there, I think that was Devin Smith who went by, lucky to escape without hitting the Ford car of Salza. Or I can't say the name. I'm sorry about
He
that.
has to silent. Zala.
Zala. There we go.
Oh. I can't believe more cars didn't get involved. But that back of the pack, those guys right at the back of the pack, they they played it well. Just right a little ways back. Let's see this. Wham! We're right on board with Matthew Setzer and Adam Gardner. And we'll see. Drivers are on pit lane now.
Yeah, so you can see here he gets into him there, and you see he doesn't get him square in the bumper. He's hitting him in the rear quarter panel almost, and that's what turns when you bump draft. Oh yeah, when you bump draft here, you have to get him square in the bumper, or the car in front will go around.
Well, James Filippi has stayed out and racing off the pit lane. Jason Miz will win the race off the pit lane. Everybody behind has pitted. Seth Berger, James Gilliard, Jeremiah Stutzman is in his box. Everybody but James Filippi has come in for service. So why don't we go ahead and let's bring him up and let's see. Oh, if we can, hold on. Let's actually see if this is possible. I don't believe it will be. All right, let's see. How about Seth Berger? He's got a lot of fans up, right? So let's see if we can bring him in here. You can get this coordinated. See, there's a lot of names to scroll through here because, large field size. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Hey, Seth Berger, this is the Outlaws booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Well, right before we went green, we're checking the comments. You got a lot of family or friends cheering you on. You're up there making moves, dancing with whoever you can find. How's it running up front?
It's definitely the first 10 laps there, running in second on the bottom line was very smooth, and then as soon as I started trying to go for the lead, that's when everyone else decided to go for the lead, going 3 wide. So that got pretty sketchy a couple of times, but luckily I was able to get the lead there for at least a little bit. Definitely almost wrecked it a couple of times going into turn 1 because of bump drafting, but glad I've been able to hang on to it so far.
Yeah, you mentioned the bump drafting. This is Devin, by the way, up in the booth with Emerson. You mentioned the bump drafting. That seemed to be what happened on that caution there. Could you give us kind of what you saw from your point of view for that wreck that just happened?
I couldn't see that much because it was right to the outside of me, so it wasn't in my mirror totally. But from what I could tell, I think it was just a bump track gone wrong. Maybe hooked right corner. It looked like.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like that from our view as well. Is your plan to stay up at the front, to kind of right up at the front, stay out of trouble? Is that kind of what you think is the best strategy call here at a super speedway like this?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to stay up front while I can. If I do drop to the back at any point, if I go to the high side and it doesn't work out, might ride in the back a little bit until it calms down, and then just try to make it back up to the front again. So as long as I'm up front, and if it's crazy, I'll stay up front. But if I get in the middle of it, I'm dropping to the back.
I got one more question. You were up here and you were making it, up here in the 3 wide and keeping it 3 wide, making it through it. There's almost times you were in the sucker hole. How are you feeling making those 3 wide moves? Are you wanting to make it 3 wide, or are you just wanting to fight as hard as you can to stay up front?
Man, I did not plan to go into the middle of 3 wide at all at any point. It's just when I jumped up to the second lane, the person behind me did not want to go with me. I tried to block once, and then I didn't want to keep blocking. I didn't want to cause a big wreck so early in the race. There's no point for it. So I just ran the middle lane as best as I could, and luckily it worked out.
All right, well, right on. Looks like you'll be leading us to the green here as 28 laps in here at Talladega. We'll let you get to it. Best of luck to you.
Oh, hell yeah, thank you.
And that was Seth Berger, man. He's loving it, man. I think he's one of the drivers that made the switch late to iRacing. One of the newest drivers to iRacing, I think, in the field. And he's loving every bit of it. You can tell.
Oh yeah, he's having a good time. You can hear there that his strategy is to stay up front. We talked about how some guys, might be feeling different strategies. He thinks up front's the safest, whereas someone like Malenko or Joseph Cossi was thinking that the back was the safest. Both of their strategies seem to work, as both of them made it through that wreck there, um, and we're about to go green.
Yep. Quick update right before we go green. James Filippi was the leader. He came into pit coming 2-1 to green. So that's why he's no longer the leader, and why Seth Berger is leading us to the green. Brandon Richardson to his outside. Garrett Velzy P3. Kevin Thompson P4.
Yeah, that outside lane was not very organized on that restart. You can see there's a big gap between the second and fourth place car, now fifth place car, and he drops down to the bottom there. I believe that's the 18 car, or the 51 car, sorry, of Mickey. Just leaves Richardson out to the outside by himself. Luckily, though, he will have some help coming down the front stretch, or back stretch.
Wow, a lot of people working their way back. Adam Gardner was trying to catch the field. He's on the tail end of the lead lap. And what's going on here? I think so many people want to drop out of the front that the back can become dangerous.
It can be, especially if you don't time the move right to drop to the back, as we saw that what happened with Andrew St. Pour at the beginning. He timed it a little wrong, kind of lost the draft. I will say that the 75, I'm noticing, of Andrew Pratt has lost the draft already coming to the green, so he's kind of in no man's land at the moment. Also, the 89 of Kevin Thompson has lost the draft.
He was P3. He dropped, and I think he just couldn't time to move back into the line of, it's very hard. You don't want to just merge up into somebody or in front of somebody and cause an accident, but yeah, I think it cost him. He's well over 2 seconds behind Matt Setzer. And yeah, Sheldon Swindell, he's 1.3 seconds. He's at the very edge of the draft if he has it. I think he's got it because it's dropped down to 1.2, 1.1. Max Service, Malenko, they're hanging back here as well.
So you want to have a draft buddy here. You can't do this race on your own. As we see up here in the front, the leaders are kind of getting strung out here. Berger, settling into second. Velzy up front, Mickey in third. But it does look like possibly the 75 of Pratt and the 89 of Thompson could maybe get hooked up and just kind of keep themselves. They probably won't be able to catch that second pack of cars, but they should be able to keep themselves from going a lap down.
Interested to see. I'm assuming Adam Gardner expected the restart to breed another wreck, another yellow, which is why he didn't use his faster pair. But if this goes green for a while, he could fall 2 laps down, and he could use his faster pair, but he could be out of it if he falls more than a lap down here.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the car as messed up as it is, and not taking the faster pair, knowing that he only has one and it's still early, it could be just a strategy call where he might try to hook on to the back of the field here. Just try to keep with the draft, even though his car is damaged. You can do that somewhat, but I don't know if it'll be able to hold on as quick as he would like it. So he might actually lose the draft after a couple of laps.
Here's something that's been brewing up a little bit. Joseph Cossi, James Gilliard, Jason Miz. Those 3 names, I can definitely see those 3 names working together as they are on the outside. Look at Gilliard. The aggression is going to push Joseph Cossi to the race lead. I was just about to mention how, we haven't really mentioned Garrett Velzy to the race lead. He led a couple laps there, but Joseph Cossi trying to find his domain up front. That's where he normally is on pretty much every other track. And why not a plate track as well? Joseph Cossi, of course, he's dominated the season thus far, but no wins to show for it. Will this be his first win on the season?
Yeah, unfortunately, both of his races have been plagued with technical difficulties. Unfortunate for him because he has been the most dominant driver in this league, and now he is up at the front and sniffed the lead, and he really, really wants it, and I'm sure that Gilliard wants to get him there.
Yeah, Gilliard just wants to move forward, and I mean, you can't blame him one bit. Yeah, Cossi, again, he's been blaming it on his steering wheel, and that definitely can be it. I have no idea what's going on. But what he did confirm to us is today he is using his Fanatec CSL Elite. That's one of the newest wheels on the Fanatec line of products. And he's hoping that all those issues from the past 2 weeks, no more. As Gilliard, Cossi trying to work their way to the race lead. Velzy holding tough on that inside. A great push from Berger. Mickey. Miz has dropped out of that top lane to the bottom lane. And two wide for 3 rows deep. Jason Miz there in P7. And just checking up on the chat real quick. Everybody was pretty happy when Seth Berger got to the lead, and of course, oh, that's nice. James Filippi also had a supporter in the chat. Julie saying "Let's go" number 11, and Gordon saying John Mickey number 51. Deville saying number 77 with a burger emoji. So glad to have everybody supporting all these drivers here. Talladega, the great equalizer. Anybody can win it if you got put the race together. Joseph Cossi, though, he's trying to kind of make the plate track his own.
Yeah, I just want to mention Filippi there just a little bit. He did lead that one lap, James Filippi. I'm sure it was just a strategy call, get that one lap led, and then, hit a lap after these guys, start in the back, just kind of bide his time, play it safe, not try to mix it up with these guys up front. Also, maybe try to pull off a different little fuel strategy here, having saved an extra lap just in case maybe if there's a green-white checker at the end.
I also wanted to show the Facebook broadcast a little bit of love. I don't know if they're still viewing it. I hope they are. But Jack Nikolai said, "Let's go number 29." So rooting for Brandon Richardson, which is misspelled on timing and scoring, misspelled in iRacing from the league. So we'll make sure to get that corrected for next week, especially have him remind us, please, so we can fix that for him. It'll be all corrected next week, nonetheless.
Yeah, we're watching the battle back here for 10th and 11th. Does look like Filippi is kind of out there by himself. Another car dropping low.
That's Velzy.
He's probably just had enough of the drama that's happening up front. That leaves Seth Berger to battle with Joseph Cossi for the lead.
Seth Berger powering up the inside. Help from the 51 of John Mickey. Trying to get clear to that race lead. Jason Miz pulls out of the line. Looks to go to the outside. Has Cossi behind him. Richardson there on the bottom. Third car in line on the bottom lane.
Yeah, big run and big push there for Seth Berger and Jason Miz. The 24 and 88 will not go away too quietly, though. They're going to get a nice run off the turn, but it does look like the 51 and the 24 did have a nice run. But who's that jumped out of line? Is that Richardson?
Yeah, Richardson up to the outside and trying to make a move on here. What's happening here, Andrew Pratt is about to go a lap down, and the pack is pretty calm, but what this hurts is Adam Gardner, who was the first car one lap down, no more, as Seth Berger has put a lap on the 75 of Andrew Pratt. And, yeah, they're going to be hoping for a few yards. 3 wide for the race lead. Jason Miz around the outside. John Mickey trying to lead lap. Seth Berger hanging tough down. How about James Filippi up here? Everybody who's supporting all these drivers, they're all up here. They're all fighting hard.
Yeah, where did Filippi come from? We were just talking about him back in 10th place a lap ago. Now he is running 4th on that inside lane, 2nd car on that inside lane. And he is giving Seth Berger a nice push down the back straightaway. Needs to get to his bumper a little closer, though, to give him the clearance that he needs to get into the turn in first place.
3 by 3 up front here. Berger, Mickey, Miz, Filippi, Richardson, Cossi. Now the outside lane gets a little broken up. Filippi trying to power in the second. Pam Filippi says, "Let's go, Filippi, number 11. You'll love to hear all the support, all the viewers. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in for the Outlaw Sim Series broadcast here at the Talladega Superspeedway. We are 38 laps complete, but we still have 62 to go.
Yeah, and Seth Berger's right where he wanted to be in his interview with us, right up front, trying to fight for the lead of the race. He thinks that's the safest place to be, and right now it seems to be pretty true. He's running a great race.
Filippi to the outside, trying to get the help from Mickey. Mickey goes even higher, 3 wide for the race lead. Filippi in the middle, Mickey up high. Mickey's got the help. Gilliard to the back bumper in the 77. Filippi in the sucker hole. Mickey trying to get clear. Richardson falls off the back bumper to 51 as Berger clears back into the race lead.
Yeah, and here's Gilliard, who was pushing Joseph Cossi earlier. Now he's pushing the 77 of Seth Berger to the lead. I don't know if Gilliard's going to want to stay there long. He is being very aggressive. He might jump to that outside here in another lap or two.
I was so expecting him to jump out in front of that 51, but Mickey and Richardson only having 2 cars on that outside lane is not reliable, but man, is it working right now.
Yeah, you really want to have 3 or more up there, and they will get some help here as here comes another car up on the outside. I believe that's Doug Solms, who's making, or no, that's the 93, sorry, of St. Cour, who was in danger of going a lap down before that last caution. Now he's up here in 7th place, looking to get in line on that top side and help that top line go to the front.
So we're going to actually go on board with the 93 of St. Cour, kind of get a look at this absolute madness going on in front of him. And there you see Filippi to his left side. You have Gilliard there. Berger, Mickey's gonna get the push, and Mickey will lead that lap according to timing and scoring with Richardson right behind him. St. Cour trying to get to the podium. Mickey clears to the race lead.
Yeah, that was a good push there by Richardson, pushing Mickey to the. Now Mickey jumps down in front of Berger. He's going to ride that inside line, thinking that it's safer than the outside line, but that leaves Richardson on the outside being pushed by St. Cour, and they might have a shot here as they come off of 4 to get a nice big run going back to the start-finish line for lap 41.
That outside lane was starting to get formed of St. Cour leaves Richardson. It was getting formed of Richardson, St. Cour, Velzy, and Setzer, but that has now fallen apart, and it's now going to be single file. Filippi jumps outside. I don't know if it's going to work, but there's still a lot of time to go. If it doesn't, he's got some help with the 29 to 48 of Velzy trying to work their way up there. Filippi trying to power up there, but very little help. Can he get anything, any sort of momentum here in the back straight?
Yeah, that inside lane, those top three cars are hooked up.
Gilliard!
Oh, there, Gilliard, there he goes. He's going to put in the sucker hole, though. Doesn't like Filippi didn't want anything to do with that.
Oh, he's going to bully the 93 of St. Cour. Oh, man.
Some very aggressive racing for only just over halfway through this race. I can see why some of the guys were, just under halfway of the race. So, yeah, they're getting very dicey again. This is about the same time they started kind of picking up the intensity on the last run.
Yep, man, I'm loving it. You don't need Talladega races to be filled with crashes to be great races. This has been great racing. We've only had 1 caution on today. That was back in about the lap 20s in terms of laps. It was Jacob Zala getting a push from Matthew Setzer. The push gone wrong. Setzer caught the right rear of Zala, and around they went, collecting the 75 of Pratt, the 56 of Gardner. And after that, it has been clean from that restart on.
Yeah, but they are still fighting very, very hard, being very aggressive up front. But, I mean, it's good, clean, hard racing. So we can't complain about it because as a viewer, it is so exciting and so just nice to see this hard of a racing without anyone, forcing the issue and wrecking each other.
So what's starting to happen here is this top 3, they're starting to pull away. Here comes Filippi and Richardson, but there's not enough cars to really make an impact up there. They're trying, and rightfully so. They really are trying to get something worked up there, but 2 cars versus, about 6? That's not going to go over well.
Yeah, to be able to fight on that outside, you really need 3 or 4 cars. Right now, they're going to have 3. They're not lined up, though, so they're going to keep trying to use the side draft, which has been improved on the last update for iRacing, so you can use it and can make up ground using it. But it's not going to be as powerful as it was until that 3rd car of Sala, or Zelzy, Velzy, until Velzy gets up there to help push.
Velzy's trying to get there. Update on Jacob Sala in that wreck. He's running right in front of, guess who? At 5 of Matthew Setzer, but they're back at the tail end of his lead pack here, and they're just kind of riding around. James Filippi took the race lead for a brief moment, had Richardson behind him, but Berger, Mickey fighting hard on the inside. Velzy now up there to help. It is 2 wide for cars, 3 in a row. Filippi trying to take that race lead on the outside, getting a great push from the 29. Both of those guys hooked on very well down the back straight. Mickey to the inside, Filippi up high. Berger behind the 51, Richardson behind the 11. Wow.
Yeah.
Names and numbers.
It's hard sometimes, but as you can see, we have a Toyota and 2 Chevys on the inside and 2 Toyotas and a Chevy on the outside. It seems that when those 2 Toyotas get hooked up nose to tail, that they are very quick. And also James Filippi, very good at knowing how to side draft the cars on the inside. He might be one to watch as we get later in this race. It seems that he knows just how to move the air to get the runs off the turner.
Oh, Seth Berger, he says enough is enough. I'm tired of riding behind a Toyota. James Gilliard's not. He pulls up to the 51. Berger to the outside. Help from Filippi. And who knows, 2 weeks ago we were wondering, who is James Filippi? He made his first start, at the first race of the season in Auto Club, but we hadn't heard anything from him prior from any of the preseason races. He comes up out of nowhere here, race number 3, battling for the race lead.
Yeah, and he's looking to the outside, peeking there just to see if he might want to take a chance to get outside of Seth Berger. But for now, he dives in back behind him. And then he dives into the inside lane and leaves Seth Berger out there by himself.
Seth Berger, for the first time in a bit, I think he's going to drop outside the top 3 here. Filippi on that inside, trying to work a Gilliard. Now, Richardson to the back bumper of Berger. Now Filippi's dropping back. He said, I've had my fun up front. Now it's time to preserve the car and focus on what's really important, winning this race. Of course, to win this race, you have to be there first.
Yeah, he's on the apron there. You can see at the back of the screen, dropping back. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to be able to get up in speed in time. The back of the pack is just passing him now. He's going to have some, he might be able to keep on to the back there. It's going to be tough, though.
Eric Peck's a really nice guy. I think Peck would drop back a little bit, but Filippi's almost matching speed with Eric Peck now. Yeah, he should have it.
And so that would be good timing there from Filippi just to drop to the back. We still up front here, John Mickey, sorry. John Mickey being pushed by James Gilliard for the lead, and Pratt now coming off pit road, I'm sorry. I think that's from damage earlier. He didn't want to use this fast repair. He's already a couple of laps down. He's probably going to go another one here, as well as Kevin Thompson is about to go a lap down as well. They'll be approaching him as they come to the start-finish line.
Yeah, I remember Kevin Thompson. He restarted third. He dropped back because he didn't want to be in any intense action up front, and rightfully so. You want to keep that car clean, but look what it's done. It is about to put him the field is about to put him 1 lap down, about 22 laps after the restart.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this league is these guys all can communicate with each other during the race. So they're probably in the 89 in Kevin Thompson's ear saying, hey, which way are you going to go? Which way are you going to go? We're approaching you. And they're probably going about 30, 40 miles an hour faster than Kevin Thompson running by himself.
Jason Miz, big push from the 77 of Seth Berger to the race lead. Berger trying to clear for second. Mickey fights back hard up the inside. Gilliard trying to keep Mickey in contention. Oh, almost a bump gone wrong with Mickey and Gilliard. Miz, Berger got a little bit of drive from the inside. They clear first and second for Miz and Berger.
What a strong push there from Seth Berger to get Jason Miz to the lead. 2 very strong race cars right there to be able to do that.
And now we're all going to get lined up here and, play the waiting game as we're approaching a halfway lap this time by. We'll be halfway through this race, and there's Adam Gardner up ahead, about to go a 3rd lap down.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that strategy of trying to save the fast repair is just not working. It's unfortunate to get caught up in an accident, that early in the race, but you pretty much need that fast repair to stay in contention. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to have the result that he probably wanted and really needed at this racetrack.
Speaking of fast repair, the driver who did use this fast repair, Jacob Zala, riding in 4th position.
Yeah, it looks like he's just biding his time now. Maybe learned his lesson a little bit, maybe not to force the issue so early. We are now just over halfway.
There you
go. Yeah, there we go, yeah. And it does look like we have one taker on the outside, but he's all by himself. I believe that's the 51 of John Mickey. Doesn't look like anybody's going with him, though, so he might need to find a place to get back in line.
All right, once I take a look at the chat again, Donovan rooting for the 77. Mad Dog Burger saying, way to go, 77. And yes, Seth Berger, he has been up front. He's been in contention for the race lead all day long, and he is proving his worth. James Gilliard now to the outside, challenging for the race lead, but no help up high.
Yeah, Gilliard probably a little tired of running there behind Berger and some other things he had to lead earlier. And as you said, you know, as we heard Seth Berger say in his interview, probably the safest place to be, in his opinion, is in that first place position. So that might be what these guys are trying to get to. Just get up to the front of that pack and stay there as long as you can and stay out of trouble.
I just want to shout out that Jack Nicolai is still here and supporting Brendan Richardson. He's been in the Facebook live chat big time, as Adam Gardner will get a 3rd lap down. And Dan Park is watching. So I know you're usually in that one car, Dan. Why aren't you here, man? Missed ya. You should be here making this 25 car field. But anyway, I'm just messing with you, man. I hope you're enjoying the race. Of course, you know, staying safe. James Gilliard still fighting up high now with John Mickey, Brendan Richardson behind him.
Yeah, those 3 cars on the outside are lined up pretty good here as we come off of turn 2. The inside lane only has 2 cars lined up. That outside lane should get a nice push down this backstretch, and they do. It looks like we're going to have the 33 of Gilliard go to the lead.
You see that 56 looks all clean out. He finally did use this fast repair, but was it too little too late? 3 laps down, not impossible to overcome. I mean, we can get a slew of yellows towards the end. Of course, I believe we have unlimited overtimes, correct?
I believe that's right. So we're going to go until we finish the thing under green. But I don't think that we're going to need it. These guys are racing really hard, but really, you know, it's been very aggressive, but everybody's been able to, you know, race as aggressively as they want without getting into each other. And I mean, that just makes it so much, you know, so much more exciting than just a wreck fest.
All right, Dan Park says he had a real bad headache and slept. All right, man, we'll wish you the best. Hope you get well soon. And hope you're enjoying the rest of this race. We're going to be coming around to 46 laps to go here at Talladega. And I think we should have another little crank it up. See if Dan wasn't here earlier, let him enjoy the cycle time. Of course, all the other viewers in the YouTube stream as well enjoy the cycle sounds here from Talladega. Welcome back to the Talladega Superspeedway. Pit stops underway. Forgot that we have, what, 75% fuel tanks, and it is busy.
Yeah, it looks like maybe over half the field went in that lap. Pretty much all of the leaders. The second pack of cars seem to be staying out right now. They'll probably come in the next lap. We did see under that crank it up that the 11 of Filippi came in by himself. I'm not sure if that's going to work out too well for him. He does have some help, but it is lap down cars that are helping him. Filippi maybe not the best
Mickey.
strategy.
Is he out of fuel?
Oh, he might be out of fuel.
Oh no! Oh, these drivers, they might be coasting to the pit lane. Gilliard's slow. Setsu's gonna, I think they're out of fuel.
These guys stretching it as far as they can, knowing
Don't
that
speed, don't speed, don't speed.
you see a lot of brakes checking up there. The guys who are out of fuel probably don't want to check up too much, though.
Yeah, Seth Berger now he won the race off of pit lane in his group of cars. I don't know if everybody else is gonna make it even have a chance. We'll see. Stutzman is in his pit box, and be waiting. I'll be watching this race off of pit lane.
Yeah, it looks like that second pack of cars is going to come out. Yeah, there's Cossi. It looks like that second pack of cars is going to come out maybe about a half a lap behind this lead group that includes Berger and Miz and Markle and Lingerfelt there.
Joseph Cossi's the leader. Here comes Berger, already up to 5th, up to 4th. Berger to 3rd, to 2nd. Cossi, was he the only one to get with it?
No, he's not going to be up to speed in time. Those two are hooked nose to tail. They're going to blow right by him like a freight train.
And Tyler Markle's there as well, but, I mean, he might be able to latch on. He's still in front.
That's quite surprising. I thought that maybe he was able to get it up to speed fast. But if it's so, then Joseph Cossi has played this strategy perfect.
Yeah, because he has an extra lap of fuel, which means he can spend less time on pit road later in the race. Because they are gonna have to pit one more time, and he is gonna be in this 4-car pack.
Yeah, Markle able to dive right in front of him there, but yeah, Joseph Cossi played this strategy to a T. He went from, I believe, 11th to 4th in green flag pit stops at a super speedway.
Yeah. No one other than Joseph. If there's anybody who could have pulled that strategy off, it would have been Joseph Cossi.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to find Filippi there. Looks like he did get some help finally. He is in a pack of cars. He shouldn't lose the draft too much to this lead pack. I am looking at the 51 car there. I believe that is John Mickey. He unfortunately does not have any drafting help. He is over half a lap down already. It looks like his night is not going very well. He's definitely going to need some help to get back up to this lead group.
And if your guy is not in the place you want him to be, don't worry. There's still 39 laps to go. There's still more pit stops to come. This race is not over, and we've only had one small accident. We are still waiting for the big one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be coming soon. We just got under 40 laps to go. These guys know it's go time. They need to get up to the front to start staying up front. Prepare for that next probably green flag pit stop. Set themselves up in a good position, like Joseph Cossi just did, to possibly pull out this win.
Right on. So we are right there. That is 62. So there's 38 laps to go. Actually 39, because it'll be 38 when we come back around. Seth Berger in the lead, Jason Miz second, Tyler Markle in third. And Tyler Markle, one of our race winners this season, trying to get a second already this early in the season.
Yeah, he was able to win the first points event at Auto Club's road course. That was another one where Joseph Cossi pretty much dominated the race, had a technical issue with his wheel, and basically sacrificed the win over to Markle, who was pressuring Cossi, for most of that race. So he was able to get it done. And then we had last week's winner of Max Service, who's back in 13th at the moment. You know, still in contention. He's with this lead group of cars, so he's still in contention to have a shot. Pretty much if you are anywhere in that lead pack and have a clean race car, you have a shot to win this thing.
Right. At least if we do somehow end up going green to the end, 14 drivers have a chance to win this race. Unless they all pile it up in the last corner and James Filippi's in 15th. But we still have a lot of racing to go. Another pit stop to go. And we saw guys, I think, running out of fuel. And I think, you know what happened there? John Mickey has no help. He's the last car in the lead lap. And he was the first car to run out of fuel.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. John Mickey was running up front a lot of that session. That might have, you know, gave him a little bit worse fuel mileage than some of the guys who pitted on that lap. You know, if you're that lead car, you're going to burn up a lot more fuel than the guy who's running right behind you, because he doesn't have as much air pushing down on the nose of the car, making him use more fuel.
Jacob Zala there in P6 looked like he was going to go with the outside lane to help them work it up, but he dropped right down and files in right behind. He aided a Joseph Cossi, which he's new to the league. I meant to say earlier before he had a bad bump draft this is his first start of the season. He's ran one test race at Lucas Oil. Other than that, we haven't seen too much out of Jacob Zala. I mean, again, like I said, first start on the season. And I think he's already trying to figure out who the good names are. I would say Joseph Cossi, Tyler Markle are two good names already.
Yeah, there's a lot of good names up here. Seth Berger, Tyler Markle, Jason Miz. I mean, these guys are all good up here for the the super speedway track. They know how to draft. I mean, we've seen Seth Berger and Jason Miz at front the whole entire race. Tyler Markle qualified in second place. And the 33 there of Gilliard, you know, he's been probably one of the best pusher cars getting guys to the front.
James Gilliard, we always know he's going to be a factor. Even if he's not contending for the win, he's going to be a factor in who wins. He's one of the fastest. He's always up front in the right position. And his aggression, it shows and it pays off sometimes. Jacob Zala, again, making his first start. And you said it, Joseph Cossi. You think there's no strategy on the plate track? You are dead wrong. Didn't you say Joseph Cossi went from 11th into this lead pack of 6?
Yeah, he was the first car in that second group that came down. He was the second car in line, sorry. The 51 was the first car in line until he ran out of gas, and then Joseph Cossi was that number 2 car right behind him. Didn't run out of gas, was able to get it right down to the pit road, get out really fast, and now we got the second group of cars is starting to catch this lead group now.
I was about to say, a new player into the mix. We said his name only once today, Kyle Lingerfelt in P7. He is up here and he's ready to play.
Yeah, he was up at the front earlier. Now he's back up at the front again. Kind of went to the back and played it safe for most of the race. Now working his way back. He's got, I believe that is Setzer right behind him. He should be able to give him a good push to get back up to these cars. They should get a nice run coming off the turn, being where they are in comparison to this lead group.
Tyler Markle's lost a little bit of steam up there with James Gilliard, and Seth Berger's now cleared out to the race lead. I wonder when Jason Miz is going to make that aggressive move up high. Oh, Gilliard leads Markle. I think Markle just kind of wants to drop another 3Y back there. Jacob Zala down low. I think Gilliard wants to work with Markle. Markle's like, I just want to go back.
Yeah, I think they know that they need to get in line. They were losing a little too much time there. It does look like Markle is going to fit in line behind James Gilliard as they come off of 4.
So Seth Berger continues to lead over Jason Miz, Joseph Cossi, Jacobs. Oh, that's a lot of J's. Jacob Zala, James Gilliard, Tyler Markle, Kyle Lingerfelt, Matthew Setzer, Joshua McClune, Sheldon Swindell, Malenko, Jeremiah Stutzman, Max Service, Devin Smith, Brennan Richardson, James Filippi, Andrew St. Clair, Doug Solms, John Mickey, the lead lap, Kevin Thompson, 1 lap down, Garrett Velzy, 1 lap down, Eric Peck, 1 lap down, Andrew Pratt, 2 laps down, Adam Gardner, 2 laps down, and unfortunately, there's going to be another name to that lap down list, and it is going to be the 51 of John Mickey right there on the outside in your frame.
Yeah, running out of fuel there on the back stretch, coming to those green flag pit stops really hurt John Mickey. It's also kind of hurt some other guys who ran out of fuel just before the pit road. That would be 13 of Doug Solms and the 20, I believe that's the 23 of Andrew St. Coeur. Both of them ran out of gas coming to the pit road, so they weren't able to get to where, or sorry, 93 of Andrew St. Coeur. I'm sorry about that. But it looks like they had a little bit of issues too. Now they can't be doing that to get up front. They need to be running. They need to be running nose to tail to try and stay in front of these guys as long as they can.
You saw in that same camera, all the way at the end of the back straight was this pack. They're closing in. Getting ready to put 16 cars only on the lead lap. And Filippi now moves into 16th. They are battling for 16th, I guess.
Yeah, those 3 cars there, they need to... the 75 is not battling with them for position. He's just trying to help them catch back up to the front. Those guys need to get in a line. They can't be running side by side like that. They need to line up, not really worry about what position they're in at the moment. They just need to line up and try and run down this lead pack of cars because they are losing.
Oh, and Seth Berger gets turned hard into the outside wall right in front of traffic, and everybody miss him. Oh, and that's going to bring out the yellow.
So unfortunate for Seth Berger. He was doing all the right things. He said that he wanted to be in the lead. That was the safest spot. With the bump drift, though, it looks like the same thing that happened on our last one happened again.
And you know, it's tough. That's a lot of front end damage, but he's not out of it. He has his faster pair. Don't go anywhere. I know he has a lot of fans watching. It's a heartbreak, but he's got a faster pair. There's still 30 laps to go. There's still a huge chance for him to get back into this, and we're gonna take a replay at this accident. It's a little too not far back enough. Here, just coming off of turn 4, Miz. He's trying to push. He sees Kossi coming in behind him, and he caught him at the wrong time. It almost looked like a mirror replay to what happened earlier with Setzer and Zala. It's so.
Who was that?
Oh man.
Sorry about that. Who was that? The black and red car that just came flying there, almost got into the side of Seth Berger.
Let's see here. Seth Berger gets turned, and we'll slow it down here.
A hard hit there for Seth Berger.
That's Sheldon Swindell.
Ooh, Swindell with a big turn there.
Oh, man.
He's almost perpendicular to the racing line as he tries to avoid Seth Berger. I cannot believe that these guys missed Seth Berger spinning as the lead car.
That is wicked. That not a single other person hit him. And Jason missed. He did not mean to turn him at all. There's still way too much time to even think that this was intentional. He was trying to push him. He saw Kossi coming up behind, and he was trying to.
Well, Emerson, I mean, I don't, not to cut you off, but it does look like to me that Jason Miz maybe was, trying to deal with cooling his car down. Normally when a car pulls out like that, it's because the car is getting too hot. The water temperatures are starting to spike. He has been tucked up behind Berger for a couple of laps now, so I'm assuming the temperatures were just getting too hot. And, he had to pull out a line, and Seth thought that maybe he was going to try and pass him, tried to, not let him really get there, and maybe maybe they just didn't communicate with each other as the way they needed to, and unfortunately, that's a big hit there. But unfortunately, they got into each other, and it's pretty much an exact identical replay of what happened for our first caution.
Well, looks like we are still on with more than a lap to go in this caution period process. So, looks like we can. Who do we want to bring up? I'll let you choose.
We can bring up, I believe, someone we haven't really talked to much. We can maybe bring up McClune if he's in there.
Oh yeah, Josh McClune. Let's see. Don't see. I don't believe so. He usually is, actually, but I don't see him.
Well, we could bring up Zala if you want. He's back in the 4th position. He's had quite an interesting race.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Yeah, the driver in the middle of the last caution is up here in contention. I like that. All right, well, we're gonna talk to Jacob Zala. Hey, Jacob, this is the Outlaws booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Right on. Well, it has been definitely an up and down day for you. 50 laps ago, you're getting spun off the bumper of the 5 car, and now you're here in P4. You were up in that lead pack and battling for it. Talk about your day thus far.
It's been a weird day, man. We got cars swerving in and out. Stuck on the outside, and then that's when I realized, can't wait. The outside isn't for me. I was stuck on the inside, and that's where we've been riding around.
Is it sorry, I can't talk right now. But this is Devin up in the booth with Emerson. Do you think that is the safest place to be, the inside line?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. That outside lane can get scary, as you can see through 72 laps with that first wreck that I got into. The outside is definitely not the way to go here. All
right, so you are sitting in P4. Actually, I believe you're going to get to P2 here with some guys pitting a couple of laps after everybody else. But do you think you have anything for them the rest of the way?
I might have something for them. Try something at the end here. I definitely don't want to get going too early. That's definitely not the case here. Just go a little late, but not too late.
If you don't mind me asking, kind of what lap are you shooting for to make your move and get to the lead of this race?
I'm thinking about lap like 95 or 96 here in this race. Definitely trying to make.
All right, sounds good. We know it's 1 to green. We'll put you back down, let you concentrate on getting the lead, man. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, and that was Jacob Zala, and yeah, I've known him for years, but this is his first start in the Outlaw Sim Series, the first start in the Outlaws, in the Outlaw Sim Series ever. So already making some moves here very early in this race, and just wonder what's in store for these final 27 laps we're gonna get. But we have Tyler Markle, Jacob Zala, Kyle Lingerfelt, James Gillard, James Filippi, Devin Smith, Brendan Richardson, Malenko, Doug Solms, Andrew St. Cor. They're actually, I guess, fighting over who's in that. It is Andrew St. Cor P9, Doug Solms P10. Setzer, Stutzman, Swindell, Mickey, Berger, Service, Cossey, Velzy, McClune, Miz, the lead lap drivers. Thompson, the first driver, 1 lap down. Eric Peck, 22nd, and 2 laps down. Pratt and Gardner. They're not out of this yet if we get a bunch of yellows.
Yeah, you heard there from Zala. We were talking to him that it's getting kind of dicey. He is starting on the outside lane, which is somewhere he really doesn't want to be. But he's got to start there as we come to green to get maybe the end of this race. We got, 37 laps to go?
Yeah, we're going to have
27.
Yep.
27.
And real quick, shout out the chat once again. How about Devi Talanda shouting out Kyle Lingerfelt? It is go time, she says. P3 go time, bud. Yes, it is. Well, here we go. Let's see if it is go time for Kyle Lingerfelt. Double wide and green flag back in here. We're racing at the Talladega Superspeedway.
Markle gets a big jump. That's not necessarily something that you want here, but it does allow Zala to get down to his preferred lane, that inside lane. He's going to be right behind Markle as they come onto the backstretch.
And how about all those James Filippi fans rise up, because he's here into the top 5 and he's contending to the inside of Gilliard. He's the third car on the inside lane. Now he follows Gilliard. Markle with the block. Oh, the aggression to Gilliard. They hold on to it. Gilliard's not going to like that very much, but unfortunately, I think that's kind of not that he had, I guess, anything against Gilliard, but that is somewhat how Gilliard blocks. Not that aggressive. He doesn't put him in the wall, and not with this many laps to go. But yeah, Filippi now looking to the outside of Zala for second. Devin Smith, where does he go with Zala or Filippi? He's kind of foreign to both of these drivers. He doesn't know who to go with.
It looks like he's going to stay on the inside right now, but he does look the outside. No, he's going to stay the inside. You can kind of see what it looks like, a dilemma in that 95 car. Not really sure what he's going to do, but he needs to make a decision quick as here comes that second group, gaining fast. the 29 of Richardson back into this lead group and fighting for the lead again.
Richardson has been a huge impact up front. He's pushed drivers to the lead and to get into contention for the race lead. This he has been the heart of this pack all day, but can he make the right move to get up front? He's been an amazing push car. Can he be a lead car? Can he get himself into the position to be a lead car? There's 25 laps to go when we come to the start-finish line this time by. It'll be Tyler Markle, James Filippi at the line. Filippi leads after the start-finish line, but Filippi back to the race lead for the time being, pushed the 29 and the 33 and the 5.
Yeah, and here's the 33 getting back up there. He's not going to be happy with that 42 car when he gets maybe to the back bumper of Markle. We'll have to see what happens there. But it does look like these guys are 2 by 2 by 2, many rows back. This is exactly what we expected to see as we're getting closer to 20 laps to go. Now 24 laps to go in this race at Talladega.
Sir Tyler Markle now clear to the race lead. He can try to play the junior game and block both lines. He knows Jacobs out a little bit. I can see him maybe trying to stick down there and trying to get them both clear. But we'll see how aggressive Markle plays here. Like you said, 24 laps to go.
Yep, it's getting kind of dicey again. It's going to be this way all the way to the end. This is where you have to dig in, really try to put yourself in a position to win this race. We know that the big one could be coming. We've had a couple of smaller accidents, but this is when it's go time, and that's when the adrenaline, the intensity, the aggression all hype up. And it's just going to get more so as we get closer and closer to the end of this race.
Filippi, Richardson trying to make that outside work. Now Solms out of nowhere. I know Solms to be at the back and trying to, play it safe. Solms is up here. He's ready to get into the mix.
Yeah, Solms is knowing this is an equal track. This is where he can probably try and sneak out a win, put himself in a position to have a good regular season. He knows this might be one of his best shots. He's going to put it in there. He's third on that outside lane and looking for more as he takes a peek to make it 3 wide.
And he's got Adam Gardner behind him, who's a lap car, but they're tight. I'm sure Gardner's trying to tell Solms, hey, stay in this line for now until we get a big run. Maybe they'll try to make it 3 wide later, but now's not the time. They don't have the run, and there's frankly a lot of laps left.
And we see there as they come into 3 and 4, the 11 car sinking down to the car on the inside, trying to put air on the back wing of that inside line, slow them up a little bit, get the run off the turn. He's been very good at that all day long. He's practiced it. Ooh, there, I saw exactly what you saw.
Yeah, I was like that. That's part of the side drafting. Part of it is you have to get down and slow them down, but you don't want to stay there too much. You want to pull off so you don't get slowed down. And yeah, they're racing like I get raced in these public lobbies at Daytona for 28th.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how they seem to be. A lot of guys prefer this league racing, and we can see why. I mean, there's been very, very good, aggressive, hard racing the whole race with very limited cautions. And this is exactly what we need to see as a fan, as a commentator, as a driver. You want to race hard. You want to have green flag laps so you can make moves and just learn how to race and, be a better race car driver. And this is exactly what we need. It's 3 wide back in the pack there. Joseph Cossie looked to make it 3 wide. He falls back in line, though, on the inside lane behind the 89 car of, I believe that is Kevin Thompson,
who is currently in the free pass position if there is an accident that brings out a yellow, and he can stay in front of that 37, who's actually almost side by side with him. Somebody's blinking badly there. Oh man, not quite sure who that is.
Yeah, the 5 there of I believe that's Setzer. He's dropping back now. I'm not sure if he's the car that's blinking, but he's going to drop to the back, look to kind of get back in line, not lose the draft. These cars are flying at the moment, 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back from second on back.
I have to say I admire what Matthew Setzer did. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him the lead draft, but I do admire that. Is very gentleman, very sportsmanlike, understands that he's lagging. He could affect the entire field And he just bows out. He says, now's not the time. I don't want to wreck anyone.
Yeah, very, very gentleman thing to do, like you said. It does look like we're playing the blocking game as the 4 of Zala looked to block the outside lane. Markle went up to get him, but now that's going to leave Zala on the inside and Markle on the outside. Zala to the lead.
Jacob Zala in his first Outlaw Sim Series start to the race lead. Can he win in his first ever start? Here comes Devin Smith.
Move. Yeah, Smith jumps up in front of Markle. He's looking to get that push from the 42 car, but that was an amazing move there by the 4 car of Zala, moving to the outside, basically tricking the 42 car, thinking, oh, we're going to go block this, but nope, I'm going to leave you hanging. I'm going to dive to the inside and take the race lead for myself.
Yeah, that's going to leave a sour taste in the mouth for the 42. Oh, Storm's oh so close to that outside wall. But now it is go time. Everybody's getting racy. 2, 3 wide, possibly 4 wide in the mix. Berger up into the mix on the inside looking for P5.
Yeah, he had to start at the tail end of the longest line for being involved in that last incident. That's one of the league rules when they come to the super speedways. If you're involved, the first 2 cars that caused the accident have to start in the back. He
Gilliard!
is made all the way back to the back. Yeah, Gilliard, they're sneaking in front of Berger.
I thought Gilliard was going to get sent to the sucker hole, and I hope he has a spotter, because I don't know if he was clear. He sent it down in there to try to maintain this. So I thought Berger was going to get to second here, but it will be Gilliard getting the second behind Zala. And this is where this could go wrong for Zala. He's got 2 lines of cars, and it's his first start in the Outlaw Sim Series. Nobody knows who he is. Who's going to really want to push him? Right now it's Gilliard. Gilliard working with anyone. But when it's go time, as Devin Smith takes the race lead, working with Tyler Markle. James Filippi's there as well. It is getting tight. Cossie into the mix as well. Richardson there. Solms. Miz. A lot of names, a lot of guys wanting to win it here. There's still a lot of racing to go. Coming to 17 laps to go.
Yeah, some exciting racing going on the front. Devin Smith's going to lead this lap. It does look like Zala is kind of giving the rookie treatment. Nobody knows, like you said, who he is. They don't know if they're going to want to work with him. If towards the end of this race, they have the guys that they normally work with. As we say that, though, Gilliard gives him a nice push off the turn. That should catapult him back to the lead of the race.
This is where you have to be careful. You don't want to have a bad bump. This guy, there he goes, Devin Smith into Zala. That's going to be the field. Several
there
cars. Oh, no.
Oh, Seth Berger, no.
Oh, no. So many cars in that accident. That is going to be a yellow.
Yeah, that's the big one there. That's the one we were worried about. It does look like the 33 was getting aggressive. The 4 didn't know what to do, and it takes out, I think, maybe half the field there.
I think you got the wrong numbers. I think Devin Smith got hit. We'll look at the replay. We'll see. Oh, that's still in the accident. Back it up here there on the back straight. Right, why not? We'll ride on board with the 42 of Tyler Markle right off the bat, so we can see exactly what happens.
So big push by Markle there. It does look like he has pretty even right on his back bumper.
Oh no!
And then he gets up to the outside there. Yep, that's what happens. Oh man.
No.
So similar bump drafting there. And like I said at the beginning here, you know, Tyler Markle is in one of those Chevrolets, and the Chevrolets have a pointed nose that's just, you know, it's not severely pointed, but just has a little point on the nose, and if you catch it wrong, it will send the guy in front of you flying.
Yeah, just one little bad tap, and oh, Zala ate the outside wall. He's not going to be a contender in this race. He already used one fast repair.
Yeah, unfortunately, Seth Berger is another one who's used his fast repair, and now he looks like he's going to be out of this race. A bunch of cars involved there, a bunch of guys who were up at the front. Filippi involved, and I think that, I'm not sure if that's his first one. Richardson involved. Man, a lot of good drivers who's been up front. I think Joseph Cossie was involved in that as well.
Oh man, that cut like that. everybody on back except Kevin Thompson. Did Kevin Thompson just make his way through that and he got the free pass? Oh my, we're gonna ride on board with that one. Did I not just see that? I need a replay.
We need a replay of see how he got through this. It's right in front of him. These guys are going 194, 195 miles an hour down this backstretch right here.
It all happened so fast right there. That's when you know to check up and... No way.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be an iRacing top 10 to get through that.
Yes,
right there.
that has got to be submitted. Oh my goodness. One more look.
What a drive there from Kevin Thompson to get through that.
We're going to slow this one down. No way. There you go, Devin Smith. Does he hit Miz here?
I don't believe he does. I believe he gets on the gas. Yeah, it looks like he stays off of Miz.
The only thing, can he avoid the 4? Look at that 4 airborne. Oh no.
Man, Azala in his first race, we had said it, he's having such a great run. Very unfortunate to get taken out there. Here comes the Coca-Cola car. Looks like a little bit of net code goes through him.
Lucky. Oh, but look at the rest of this. The 42's damage to his right side. They're wrecking in front of him. They're going to keep going up and down the track. Look at this. The siege just parts. For the 89 of Kevin Thompson. This. Oh, man.
That the needle there with the 77 and the 88 of Cossie.
No way. No way. We're going to get an aerial shot of this one. Yeah. Look at it here. And we'll see this. And we're not going to get an interview in this caution.
Yeah, this wreck's just too big, unfortunately, to get somebody up here in the booth. But, man, what a drive there by the 89. Being a lap down, really needing to get back on the lead lap here. And
this
able
could
to
be
keep it clean.
If he wins this race, this will be the move of the race. Oh my goodness! And they just took the 1 to green. We'll get one more shot at this wreck, and we'll bring it back. I don't even know. Look at it from this. Wow.
The 4 is such a hard hit to get up on 2 wheels.
Wow.
So that's going to, some guys who were having trouble earlier in the race are now up front. Andrew St. Coeur, Max Service, some guys who are in danger of going a lap down. Malico, a guy who's hung out in the back of the field the entire race. He's up here in 3rd. Sheldon Swindle, he's up here in 4th.
And Josh McClune, he's been in the middle of the pack all day. He's moved up. Doug Solms, again, he got up here a little bit, but he's been... I know him to be somebody to ride back, and he kind of did that. He's fallen back also, but look at him already here in the 6th. Jason Miz, Jeremiah Stutzman, most of these guys had to use their first fast repair, and it's getting down to crunch time. We're going to be going green with 13 laps to go. We'll see how the fan favorites are doing. Filippi, that car looks pretty clean. We'll see... who else?
We need to look at the front of that car, though, I think.
Yeah, that looks pretty clean.
That's pretty good, yep.
Brendan Richardson. Oh, man, that's a wheel-in modified. Kyle Lingerfelt. I believe he had a fast repair. Seth Berger. Oh, no.
Seth is out.
John Miggy. Oh, man.
Yeah, some great cars taken out. Zala, like you said, he had already used his fast repair. He's out of the race.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Gardner, he used his earlier. Unfortunately, got, kind of tried to do a different strategy. Got taken out. Now he's taken out again.
And, well, here we go. 17 cars on the lead lap. Not everybody's healthy, but we will see what happens here. Andrew St. Coeur, Max Service, the Canadians, 1st, 2nd, and 6th. Canadian strong up here up front, and we are green, green, green.
Malico gets right up to the bumper of the 93 car of St. Cour. He's going to give him a nice push as they go into turn 1. That should allow that inside lane to have the advantage all the way down the backstretch as they get up to speed.
And Malico trying to break up the Canadians, but I'm not so sure St. Cour won't go up and try to help Max Service get clear, as Malico, if St. Cour does that, has no help behind him, and that's not going to happen. Malico will have St. Cour still in front of him. He is swerving, he is pushing. That's now the disadvantage of riding around all day is you don't get practice of being in the pack. You don't get practice of pushing cars. You're kind of just laying off, you know, you're just waiting for the wrecks to happen. But now, these people who've been riding at the back all day could be a little inexperienced with the bump draft.
Quite possibly, but we did have enough preseason races at Superspeedways that these guys probably, have the experience. Malico, one I know, was very fast at Daytona in the Clash race before the season started. I'm sure he knows how to get around this track just well. He does have help now in the 18 of McClune, who has pulled up right back to the back of his bumper. It looks like we are 5 rows deep of 2x2x2.
And a 54 of Swindell into the mix. Real quick, I'll look at the chat. Yeah, Mickey's back on the lead lap. Let's go 11. Filippi was getting a lot of support this race. Smith was getting some support. Nice to see Devin Smith has got some fans in the stands, in the virtual stands, I would say. Jacob Zala says that sucks. He still had fun, but that really sucks. And I agree. That's going to leave us a mark. That he had a great run. He was playing the draft beautifully, and he was in the lead, but wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. He had nothing he could do. He was up in the front, and the guy just came down into him. Very unfortunate there. Malico going to look to the outside. He's going to get put in the sucker hole.
Oh, it's almost so close. He's got a little bit of help. He's got Miz behind him. Miz won't be afraid, but yeah, he's in that sucker hole now. Service gets clear of Malico. Service now trying to get to the race lead. Canadian side by side up front.
And that's going to leave Swindell all on the outside by himself. He's going to need to find somewhere to get in line quick, or he's going to drop to the back of this lead group.
Wow. And it is crunch time. We're now getting the single digits here. Well, now we're at 10 laps to go. Malico to the inside of Service. St. Cour drops back, and Malico to the race lead.
A big move there by Malico. Saw the opening, went for it. Now he has the 24 of Miz right on his back bumper. That's kind of, thrown out of whack the Canadians that were dominating. They're going to look to fight back, though. Actually, that's Gilliard on the 33 car fighting back now from the 3rd place.
Gilliard into the mix. St. Cour back to 4th. McClune, Setzer, they're 5th and 6th. Solms cracks his way there into 7. Velzi 8. Filippi P9. They're on the outside, has no help, but he can file back in line behind Velzi. And this is the time of the race where it gets crazy. These drivers, okay. Now it's go time. 9 laps to go. Oh, Gilliard says, nah, we're not doing that. I was just about to say these guys are going to ride single file and kind of let these laps click down before like 5 to go, where they would start making moves. Gilliard, well, he was aggressive trying to get to the outside, and nobody went with him. Falls back a spot.
Yeah, lucky to fall back in where he did, just losing 1 position. It does look like McClune maybe let him in there. I'm not sure. But a big gap did open up off of 2 there to allow him to get back in. Now St. Cour back to 3rd. He's going to look to attack again for sure.
8 laps to go. This time by the start-finish line when they get here. Malico, Miz, St. Cour, the top 3. Gilliard, I know he's going to be aggressive. He's probably trying to tell St. Cour, if you get a run, take it. I will go with you. Gilliard just wants to move.
Yeah, we talked about his aggressiveness, and that's going to come into play now. We have 7 laps to go. We're getting a little squirrely, but it is go time now. These guys in the back, you can kind of see, I believe that's the 11 of Filippi, and I'm not sure who is in front of them. I think that's Swindell. They're getting hooked up now, trying to make that outside line work and make up some positions, catch up to this lead group.
Solms up here as well. Velzy service to the inside. Kevin Thompson on the lead lap now in P12. Don't count him out of it.
Yeah, after that big move, if he comes back and win this race, oh my goodness.
So the last time we were at a plate track, yeah, Devin, you mentioned a little bit. What happened?
What you mean?
We have the 7 up front once again.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, he was kind of the Pied Piper. You know, that term has been used to describe Dale Earnhardt Jr. at plate tracks. Malenko was kind of that way at Daytona. He led most of the race, was up front, stayed out of trouble, and you know, he wasn't able to pull out the win, but you know, he did get a good finish, and it looks like he's trying to do that again. Played a little different strategy this time, hung out in the back for most of the race. Now it's time to go, 6 laps to go, and he's right up back there at the front.
That is right. We're coming around to 6 laps to go, and you know what? He might have lost the clash, but it might have taught him very well to get this win home. Up front, can he defend it for 6 more circuits around the 2.66 mile bad fast super speedway in Lincoln, Alabama?
And there's Thompson looking to the outside, trying to make that outside work. Is anybody going to go with him, though? I'm not sure. Looks like no one's trying to peek out just yet. Might have been a little too early.
Oh, here comes
there.
Service.
Oh, there we go. Just as we talk about it.
Yeah, just as we're putting that move down, here comes Service. Coming around to 5 to go. It is go time. Does anybody try to block this 89? Swindell under the yellow line going into turn 3. Filippi with this top group. They're trying to make some spots. They're moving up. Thompson up to P5. Somebody's going to notice this. Somebody's going to want to go with.
Yeah, I'm thinking that 33 car is looking in his rearview mirror right now at that 3rd position. That's kind of the go spot, in my opinion. That 3rd position is where you want to be.
If Gilliard doesn't take this, there goes McClune. Never mind. I was going to say Gilliard doesn't take this. He's not driving the 33, but I think McClune knows that. If he can get to the outside of the 33 and eliminate any chance of that happening, well, but here comes Gilliard, clears the 18. Will Gilliard move up? Yes, he does. I was just about to say that would not be James Gilliard in that 30. Oh, no, they go to the outside. McClune says, no, we're not running with that.
Oh, man, and then there is the 2nd place car, Miz. He's going to jump up in front of these guys, and they're going to leave him out to dry as well.
McClune says, no, I'm going to win this. Don't forget, McClune won the open test race at this track.
Yep, and then right behind him, Kevin Thompson, the guy who dodged all the cars to get his lap back. He's here. He's pushing. He is number 2 in the outside lane. He's going to push.
Can he close? Oh, no, he turns him. Oh, there they go. Several cars going around. What did I say? There's going to be more than one big one, and there they are. Solms involved. That's going to be another one.
Oh, no, that's going to take out a lot of cars. A lot of these guys have already used their fast repairs. And unfortunately, that might make this a demolition derby race for a lot of guys.
Oh, they're trying. Oh, no. Oh, they're stopping in the middle of the track. Oh, no. Oh, no, more damage. McClune and Thompson trying to figure it out.
Yeah, Thompson, I'm not sure if he's used his already, but he did not escape that one.
You know, he might have because, well, no, there was a reason why he's a lap down. Huh? Well, no, because I think Thompson might still have it because was he in that first accident would be really the question I have.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might have been lucky escape for all the cautions so far. Unfortunately, that's really going to hurt him. It does look like Velzy was one of the first ones to make it through, though.
Here, Velzy, James Gilliard, Max Service, St. Cord, James Filippi. We'll take a look at the condition of those cars after some replays here, but we'll look at it here. Kevin Thompson, Josh McClune trying to work that outside here, coming through the tri-oval. This is a replay, of course. And I think maybe Thompson wasn't clear and McClune wasn't clear. They were just trying to get clear. Yeah, they went down and McClune wasn't clear. Thompson was trying to win the race. And unfortunately, McClune thought he was going to be able to block. Well, he indirectly did prevent that from happening. For now.
Yeah, I think Thompson jumped down in front of Miz there, tried to hook up with him, and just got, he had such a big run getting into the turn. McClune tried to stay with him, and maybe thinking, okay, we're both clear, let's both drop down, but Thompson just had too big a run and was able to get underneath.
Oh, Gilliard got a lot. Almost went up and over to 33, did.
Yeah, and another guy with a lucky escape there, Velzy. He was the third car on the inside line. He makes it through. Now he looks to be in the best position to maybe pull out a win.
We will get a couple onboards there if we can. Yeah, that was... Wow, Velzy and St. Cor was in there. Wow, there's Filippi in second. One of the fan favorites, I think we do. We'll get on board with him if we can. Let's go back a little bit further so we can get this set up. We're on board with 11 coming out of turn number 4. Let's see how he does it. We are going to get overtime here. We will go at least one over.
Yeah, and again, we are going to do this until they get it right. There is no 3 chances. It's just like real life. They're going to do it until they get it right.
Let's see. Oh, does he make it? What do you do if you're in this spot? What do you do? What do you do? You just slow down?
See. You can't see.
Oh, what do you do?
Oh, wow. Man.
We'll also get a replay with Garrett Velzy because that was another good one here. This all happens in front of him. Oh, wow. No. This is almost like Kevin Thompson's.
Yep, just make it through there. Threads the needle.
We're going to slow it down. Wow. This is phenomenal driving.
How about you want to maybe try to pull Velzy up into the booth here after that amazing drive?
Yeah, let's go for it. If you can kind of coordinate that, I'll give one more shot while you work on getting him in here. If you can, just click and drag. Let's see.
Hey, Garrett Velzy, this is Devin in the booth. How's it going, man? You made it through that wreck. How'd you do that?
Yeah, man, I don't know. It was pretty crazy up there. I just kind of hung on to it and was just hoping for the best. And, I got a wave around not too long ago, so I've just been kind of hanging tight.
That was an amazing drive. We're watching it now on the replay. You were third on the inside lane. Now you're leading the race. What do you got to do to win this thing with a green-white checker coming up?
There's a lot of fast guys out here. I think the main thing is just keep it clean and see where we end up at the end, and just have a good night.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, man. Great driving so far to be where you are. Hopefully you can pull this one out. Good luck.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
And that was Garrett Velzy, driver to 48. That phenomenal drive through the middle. And man, I know we want to talk to Filippi. We don't have access to him on the Discord, at least. If we can join it somehow, we would. But looks like we're gonna get the 1 to green here. And Devin, how are we looking?
I mean, it's only going to get crazy now. I mean, we have some guys who used their fast repairs, not really in a position to fight for the win. Then we got guys who did have a fast repair left, like Malenko. He had his fast repair left. He's back up there in 8th place. Marco, who was involved in that last caution, made it through this one. Now he's up in this to 5th place. He's got a shot at this. Pretty much anyone that doesn't have damage and is in this top group here can have a shot at winning this thing. It's going to be absolutely crazy to get to this finish. That is, I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I want you to be ready to throw it, because that magic C word, because it is going to get crazy. 10 clean cars as far as I can see. Looks like Kevin Thompson's also pretty clean back there in 13, but he's got a couple of damaged machines in front of him. But here we go. We'll have the restart here, the first overtime attempt here at Talladega Superspeedway. Garrett Velzy, James Filippi, row 1. Devin Smith, Jeremiah Stutzman, row 2. Kyle Lingerfelt, Tyler Markle, row 3. Max Service, Malenko, row 4. Andrew St. Cor and James Gilliard, row 5. Jason Miz, Josh McClune, row 6. Couple damaged race cars with Kevin Thompson. Eric Peck back onto the lead lap, row number 7, and Setzer Richardson will round out the rest of the lead lap cars. We're on down. You have Soames, Cossey, Pratt, Swindell, Gardner, Berger, Mickey, and Zala. We're going to go start lap 101, past scheduled distance here in Talladega. It's overtime. Velzy, Filippi will lead us to the green.
Taking their time, staying side by side. There's the restart zone. And Velzy, big jump out to the front. Oh, there is a jump down to the inside by Filippi. I'm not sure about that move there.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see if that is legal. I don't know if it's been briefed with Filippi. I don't know if that is necessarily a rule we're enforcing or if we're just going off of iRacing rules, so we'll review it post-race for sure. But anyway, to the race at hand, a lap and a half to go. 3 wide further back. It's go time. Filippi, Velzy, the top 2 nose to tail.
Well, these guys know it's do or die. You know, this is going to be the last lap when they come around. Nobody's wrecked yet. Once we take the white flag, the next flag ends it. 3 wide as Gilliard forces his way to the front.
Who else other than Gilliard will make it 3 wide, but here we go. Coming through the tri-oval. 1 lap to go. Filippi peeking down low. Gilliard in the middle, trying to take the lead all by himself, trying to clear Smith. Contact. They keep it straight. Gilliard trying to clear up front. Are they wrecking behind?
They're wrecking behind. I believe that was Malenko and a couple other cars who got taken out. But we have taken the white flag. The leader took the white flag. This is a race to the finish now. This is it.
Filippi, Velzy, nose to tail. Gilliard's now got a push from Smith. Last lap here at Talladega, down to Talladega super stretch. Lingerfeld into the mix. Miz is there as well. Who's gonna get here first?
Gilliard trying to make the outside line work. Smith giving him a push. I don't know if they're gonna have anything to him. Does Filippi jump out of line here and try?
He has to. He's got to jump out of line. He's gonna push Velzy. Can he jump out of line? They're 3 wide behind. Oh, they're wrecking behind. More contact. Filippi doesn't pull out. He pushes Velzy to the right.
Race.
Flipping after the checkers. Major accident.
Oh man, what a run to the finish there. Garrett Velzy able to hold on to it and run from the lead and take this win.
Here you go. Let's take a look at this. This was absolute madness. Oh my goodness, the 18.
What a wild ride from the 18 there.
Oh man, oh man. Look at it here.
I believe the 24 car finishes. I'm not sure where he finished, but he came across the line sideways. 18 upside down.
Oh, look at it here. Wow. Oh my goodness. We're going to ride on board with the 18. We're going to ride in-car with the 18 because that was...
Oh,
wicked.
no. If you have a paper bag, now's the time you might want to bring it out. This is going to get hairy.
Wow.
Just barrel rolls down to the inside wall. Came
Filippi
across the line.
Filippi scored 15th.
I believe he was given a black flag because of jumping lanes. I just heard that over the race control. They did just come in and say that he did jump lanes, and he will be given a black flag into the longest line of lead lap cars.
All right, so we'll try to talk to our top 3. Ooh. We got to confirm that now. We'll go back to...
I believe it's Garrett Velzy, Jason Miz, and then Devin Smith.
We'll look at it here. We'll get the overhead shot, and then we'll start talking to the top 3. And, right there, Jason Miz 2nd, Devin Smith 3rd, Kevin Thompson 4th. All right, so we'll get Devin Smith lined up if we can. Yep. Let's see. But there, where? Okay, I see him. Oh. Hey, Devin, this is the Outlaws booth. You got a copy?
You damn right I do.
Oh my goodness. Walk us through that.
What part?
The whole restart.
Fucking insane. Tell you one thing, 33 is lucky he didn't get wrecked that last lap, or the lap before the last lap when he came up.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of tried to force the issue and go 3 wide there. Did that have you? I mean, I know he's a very aggressive driver. I mean, did that have you a little worried, or was it just a matter of just trying to stick to your line and fight back to get, try and get a win here?
Oh, he always has us worried. But no, I figured if I could push him up enough, hopefully I could get somewhere where I could at least end up taking him out. But other than that, I mean, we didn't really have nothing for the 11 and what's Garrett, 64, I think?
48.
48. Either way, they were fast hooked up, but the 11 got disqualified because he dropped to the bottom before the start-finish line.
Yeah, we mentioned that in the booth. I mean, you came across the line sideways. You still got a third place finish. I mean, is this, is that any consolation prize, or do you think you really wanted to have a better finish, or will you take the third?
Oh, I'll definitely take the third. Early in the race, I wanted to race a little bit, but then I ended up dropping back after I led a lap to get that bonus point. And then I think with, about 75 to go, I think we all kind of got grouped up and kind of went at it again. And then I kind of wrecked in front of the field, which sucks for the people that didn't have a fast repair left. But other than that, it was a great race, fun race.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed watching it up here and calling you guys. Definitely a good race. It was aggressive, like you said, but you guys managed to keep it mostly clean for most of the race. Some great driving by yourself and your fellow competitors. Unfortunately, like you said, some guys had damage, but I mean that happens at these super speedways. Yeah, hopefully you can take this momentum and keep pushing forward for the next races to come.
If I'm lucky.
Well, we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, man. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the third place finish. And like I said, hopefully you can continue this and build on this momentum going forward.
I'll try to. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, and we have our second place finisher, driver of the number 24. Did you really finish, Miz?
I finished. Might have been sideways backwards, but I finished.
Oh, man. Walk us through that final restart.
I just knew after having the pit with that damage from the previous wreck, I was going to have to do everything I could. Everything I learned from early in the race. Kept dropping to the back and running up to the field. Even let a few laps hurt.
How was the pack racing? How was the competition out there? Y'all went 3 wide, but when y'all went 3 wide, those didn't really cause wrecks. If anything, what caused the accidents were misaligned bumps and all that. But talk about like maybe the racing, all these competitors and any run-ins you might have had, or.
I mean, I thought the racing tonight was excellent. I mean, everybody did real good. I mean, you had a couple cars that were a little scary to be around, but I mean, once you were in the pack, the cars moved anyway. So I mean, it was just, I just know from the incident with me and Seth that I was just trying to get a little bit of air on the nose and it hooked him. So they're just so touchy. I mean, most of the accidents were just racing accidents. It's just big packs gonna have it.
Right. I knew there was no ill intent in that accident. Devin even brought up the point maybe you're trying to get some air to the nose. If you can take over the interview, Devin.
Yeah, I brought up the point. These cars overheat a lot, and maybe you were trying just to get some air on the nose, kind of cool the water temps a little bit. And unfortunately, I believe it was Malico or Markle. I'm not sure which one anymore, but whoever was in front of you there just kind of tried to come up with you and just kind of misjudged it a little bit. Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, that was the 77 Seth Burger. Yeah. Yep. I was blinking red, so like you said, I went up to try to get a little bit of air and came up, and I instantly felt so horrible. Still feel horrible about that, because I mean that really he had to use his fast repair, and that set back his race.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, these things happen at these super speedways. I mean, you really don't want to take out anybody intentionally, and we know that wasn't the point. But luckily, you were able to pull out a second place finish. The guys that mentioned Smith had mentioned earlier, Devin Smith, saying that the 33 kind of had you guys worried on that restart, kind of forcing his way through there. What was your view on that with the 33 trying to, take it 3 wide and force his way to the win?
I mean, he's running his race. He's aggressive on speedways, and I mean we know that we raced enough with him. I didn't have any issues with him tonight, really. I mean, he's running his race, and he wasn't doing anything stupid. It's just I wasn't worried about him. I knew he was going. I wanted to try to follow him. It just didn't happen. But luckily, I was able to get back up there. Gotta say sorry to the 65 Addy. When I shot it 3 wide, him and I had touched doors, and I shot him to the infield. But I really wanted to get interviewed, so I had to go 3 wide.
Well, congratulations on the second place finish. Great driving for most of the race. You were up at the front pretty much the entire race. Hopefully, you can continue to build on this momentum going forward, and we wish you the best of luck coming up in the next race.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys up there doing what you do for us.
And no worries. Thank you.
Yeah, this one's going to be a blast to watch back, I promise you. And all in one piece.
I will be watching. I
Yes.
promise.
All right, take it easy.
Later, guys.
Trying to drag him up. There we go. All right, and this is the one we've been waiting for. We got Garrett Velzy, our race winner. How are you feeling?
Dude, I'm just super ecstatic, man. I can't believe I came away with that one. Super, super crazy.
Hey, Garrett, I know we talked to you before that restart there. I got to ask. I didn't ask at the time, but I have to ask now. I mean, how much adrenaline and just absolute just chaotic nerves did you have coming to that restart?
Oh, man, just all kinds. I was just trying to think about where the restart zone was and what everyone else was going to do, and handshaking on the wheel, all that sort of stuff. But just tried to hold my composure and just try to stay clean and keep it on that bottom.
Yeah, you did a great job there, just holding the bottom line, made the guys, have to pass you. Did you think about blocking it all coming there at the end? I know the 33 was kind of forcing his way through there, coming to the white flag. Did blocking ever come to your mind, or did you just want to stay right in front of the 11 car Filippi there?
From about 10 to go, I was kind of committed to the bottom just because I kind of saw I was filing out, and then I knew people were kind of going to get antsy and shoot towards the top. But coming down the backstretch on that last lap, I kind of thought about it because I saw the 33 coming. But I also at the same time knew the 11 had a penalty, so I kind of was using him as a cushion as well. So I kind of wanted to keep him right behind me, and so everything worked out.
Well, I mean, great driving there. I'll let Emerson take over with some questions now. But I just want to say congratulations on the win. That was a heck of a drive. I don't think there's anything more that you could have did other than, what you did. So great drive.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you guys for broadcasting.
Yep. I only have one question. How was, the competition today, running in the pack? Maybe, I don't know. How was it racing everybody today? Yeah.
Oh, man, the racing was phenomenal. You can just see it in this group of guys that Adam's put together. Just you got to applaud him and all the admins and stuff. These guys have been racing together for so long. I've had the opportunity to be racing with the league for like 4 or 5 years. Unfortunately, I've kind of had to take a step back because of work for a while and stuff, but got back to it with iRacing and all that. But back to the racing, man, everyone was able to hold it 2-3 wide. We even had 1 point up there. I'm sure you guys got it, but they were 3 wide on 3 wide. And I was able to drive from the front to the back next to everyone and didn't really have any problems.
Oh yeah, we got it, and all in one piece. I hope you enjoy watching this back. Man, what a wild race. Yeah, how does this win kind of shape the rest of your season now?
I think I'm not quite certain how everything works. I think that puts me in the playoffs if I'm not mistaken. But right now I'm just going to kind of try to work on things and just get a little bit faster. There's a lot of fast guys out here, so it's all just about working on lap by lap, getting a little bit faster.
Right on. Well, for different race winner on the season, it was a blast today. A well-deserved, hard-fought, a lot of fun watching you today. Congratulations on your win, and best luck to you the rest of the season.
Thanks, Emerson. Big thanks to Outlaws and Adam for putting this together.
Yes, sir. Not a problem. And that was our race winner, driver of the number 48. I gotta find some replays of that accident again because that was wicked.
Yeah, the 18 barrel rolling there. We saw some cars get airborne earlier in the race, but no one, really flipping like McClune did at the end of there.
Oh man!
Nothing of his fault. His own just got. That's what happens when you're coming to the checker flag at these super speedways. So it just happens. Unfortunate, but at least he was able to cross the line before the engine blew there from flipping. But I believe McClune was able to come home in the 8th position upside down.
Right. So I took off scoring there on the left-hand side because it was no longer correct. Oh my! Wow. I had to take a look at that one. Yeah, it was no longer correct because of the penalty, and also we'll go through scoring right here at the end. If you have it on your end, then I'll hand it off to you at the top 10. But at least the top 10, it was Garrett Velzy, Jason Miz, Devin Smith, Kevin Thompson, Matt Service, Tyler Markle, Eric Peck, Joshua McClune, James Gillard, and Kyle Lingerfeld all on the lead lap.
Yeah, then we had Matthew Setzer in 11th. Malenko, who got taken out the next to last lap, he was able to get it back together, bring home a 12th place finish. Jeremiah Stutzman comes on 13th. Andrew St. Cour on 14th, and he's the last car on the lead lap. James Filippi is relegated because he switched lanes before crossing the start-finish line, which is a last of the current lap that you're on. Cars, so he comes home in 15th. Brandon Richardson is the first car a lap down in 16th. Joseph Cossie 2 laps down in 17th. Andrew Pratt 2 laps down in 18th. Doug Solms 5 laps down in 19th. Sheldon Swindle 6 laps down in 20th. And Adam Gardner 9 laps down in 21st. Seth Berger 13 laps down in 22nd. Jacob Sala 19 laps down to 23rd, and then John Mickey, it says 18 laps down, so he should be in front of Zala according to this, but he is scored as the 24th place finisher.
Yeah, sometimes iRacing messes up there, but yeah, that is who was not ready for this.
Right. Yeah, this is Talladega. A great race by all the drivers. You heard them say, great racing, some aggressive driving by some drivers, but everybody kind of ran their race. They've been racing together for a long time. That really helps when you're racing guys that and you know how they drive, they know how you drive. So it kind of keeps it a lot more clean racing. Even though we did have some big wrecks, you're looking at the start finish line. Now you see cars come across sideways, upside down, every which way. Guys missing hoods, guys missing bumpers, guys coming backwards, a guy coming upside down, barrel rolling. Oh my goodness!
And I think that's a perfect way to send us out. The first of 2 trips to the Talladega Superspeedway on the season was definitely something we have to congratulate our winner, Mr. Garrett Velzy. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday night, September 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the Outlaw Sim Series round number 4 at the longest track on the schedule in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. We take to the left and right turns of Road America next Wednesday. This has been Devin Zimmerman and Emerson Arden on the booth, on the call tonight, and we will see you next time.